Holy moly, it is here. Minecraft Live just wrapped up, and I am here to give you all the information that was announced during the live stream. First off, if you're just confused, Minecraft Live is the retooling of Minecon, which became Minecon Live, which was just a live stream, which then became Minecon Earth. And that it got confused with Minecraft Earth, which is an app. And now it is Minecraft Live, which was going to be in conjunction with Minecraft Festival, which was an in-person thing. But because of COVID, that got canceled. So here we are at Minecraft Live, which can be thought of as the spiritual successor to Minecon. This is where we get all of the announcements for Minecraft. And they basically lay out a road of, hey, here's what's coming up in like about a year. Enough talk. Let's get straight into it. The big, huge announcement is that the next update to Minecraft will be caves and cliffs. Hooray! The community wanted this so bad to finally get a cave update to Minecraft. We have a great looking nether. The end is, you know, I don't know, so. The oceans are super cool, but caves, like the main thing about Minecraft, really need to be updated. So this update is caves, but also cliffs. Why cliffs, you ask? Well, because we voted on mountains. Remember that with Snowy or Snow? We're gonna get that in this update as well. First, let's talk about caves. And there is like so much inside of all of these now. So there's just so much to get to. So let's start off with caves. There are new caves. Basically, caves will have biomes. And the ones that we saw were lush caves, dripstone caves. There's also some caves with a huge, like just massive expanse inside of them, crystal geodes, and they promised some more as well. Each of these different biomes within the cave systems will have very different blocks, different mobs, different things than you've, like normal biomes in Minecraft. They'll have different things. For example, lush caves look super duper green because they have moss growing everywhere. There's some sort of like moss block there. And they're brighter because there is a new light emitting block called glowberries. These glowberries are edible, which is interesting, but they give off light. I love light emitting blocks. There are lots of different plant life in this biome. Like there's a whole bunch of new flowers, it looks like, which is fantastic. So lots of decoration possibilities, new types of vines. I mean, there's like all sorts of stuff just in this lush cave. Dripstone caves look more like your typical cave. They are stalagmites and stalactites, and they drip, because that's how they're made, was the water, the drip. That's why it's called dripstone cave, if you didn't know. And these stalagmites and stalactites are pointy and are dangerous. They might fall, or maybe you'll poke your toe on one. It'll be bad. But in typical Minecraft style, the environment can affect kind of everything. It's very much built in all together. So one example of this is that the dripstone stones, the stalactites, will drip into cauldrons and then fill up cauldrons, which is kind of cool. We saw some large caves that have localized water levels. So one cave may have water at a certain level, and then the next cave may have water at a different level. And you could actually take a boat and ride it through these caves, which is really, really awesome looking. There's also a new plant related to the caves called the drip leaf. The drip leaf is like a temporary platform that will droop if you stand on it for too long. So it adds sort of like a platforming element into the game, and they showed players sort of standing on that and then having them fall off if they stood on one leaf for too long. So something that they talked about but didn't really show fully is an area called the Deep Dark. And inside of the Deep Dark, there is a new block family called sculk blocks. Specifically, there is a block called the sculk sensor, which detects vibrations. I can feel your vibrations. Give me those good vibrations. These vibrations can be players like moving around. They can be blocks broken nearby, pistons, or like maybe even snowballs thrown. And you can actually see almost like an animation coming from whatever created the vibration to the sculk sensor, and then that will actually output a redstone signal. This means that there is now wireless redstone in the game. I will repeat that. Wireless redstone is possible with these sculk sensors. Also part of the Deep Dark is a new mob called the Warden. The Warden is blind, but can use the sculk sensors and its own detection of a vibration to find the player. So the player could use, say, like a snowball to distract it because it can't see the player. It can only feel the vibrations of the player. While we're talking about new mobs, might as well use this moment to talk about the axolotl. Who thought that the next mob to be added to Minecraft was the axolotl? Personally, I was hoping for meerkats, but that's fine. Minecraft, that's fine. So axolotls are they almost look like salamanders. So they're water-based, they're cave-based. They'll be found in the lush caves, and they can somehow aid you in battle, which terrifies me that one of these cuties might die in some epic battle. That would just break my heart. Also, you can pick them up in a little bucket, and they just live in that little bucket. That's their life now. Okay, before we move off of mobs, one more mob that I should talk about is the goat. The ooey gooey goat. He's not ooey gooey at all. I just threw that in there for a little bit of fun. So the goat lives on the second half of this update. It's caves and cliffs. So they live on the cliffs, and they're mischievous and mean, and they'll punch you in the face with their hooves. No, they'll hit you with their head like goats do. And if you look at them the wrong way, don't look at them the wrong way. Now, there's not much to mention about the cliffs, which is where the goats live, other than this is new world generation. So it should look more epic, just like what we voted on in 2019. And there's one specific thing, though, which is some of the snow can be trapped, which has a very similar texture to normal snow, but it is trapped snow, just like a trapped chest, but it's trapped snow, and this will naturally generate. And this seems like the perfect troll waiting to happen. You can get around this trapped snow by wearing leather boots. I feel like they really missed an opportunity with snowshoes. Why aren't we? They are snowy shoes, but leather boots. Come on, snowshoes. There is a new archaeology system inside of the game where players can find buried ruins and then basically set up an archaeology dig site and like lightly brush off the dust to make sure that you can keep intact artifacts. It feels like school, okay? I don't want to do it. I'm just gonna mine it up with my pick every time. There are also these artifact shards that can be placed onto an unfired pot in a way that the player wants, and then you can actually bake that pot to bake in the art on the side of the pot, which I think is a really cool addition. Are these pots gonna be used for anything? Can you put stuff inside of them? I'm not sure quite yet, but they look absolutely awesome. They mentioned that the art that we saw on the side of the pot is still programmer art and not the final art that will be used in the game. Okay, I'm kind of all over the place with this update. I should just like pick a theme and stick with it. But we are going back to the cave update to talk about amethyst crystal geodes. So in the real world, crystal geodes are like they look like rocks, and you break them open and you got like amethyst geode inside. So you'll be able to find this, and the geode blocks can regenerate and grow more geode crystals. These crystals can be used in crafting, and one of the more interesting things that you can craft is a telescope, which will zoom in your view when you look through it. Think of the Optifine zoom, but without a mod in vanilla Minecraft. So you can zoom in and see something far away. Possibly another planet. Just throwing that out there. That's not official. I'm just saying. It seems like the next step. Okay, I'm trying to stick with the theme. We talked about the geodes. It's kind of like ore generation, but there's a new ore. Holy moly, that smacked you right in the face. You didn't expect it, but yes, we have copper now inside of Minecraft. Now we're just waiting for tin to show up. Where you at, tin? Not developed in the game, apparently. And they mentioned this is that they're adding ore veins into Minecraft, starting with copper ore, which helps add more strategy into mining. So that is different. That is a different thing about copper. Copper is not like your normal iron. I was gonna say wood, but wood can't make, you can't make like a wooden hat. Leather, gold, or diamond, where you can make boots and a suit of armor and tools. Copper is a metal, but it's really, at the moment at least, only being used in crafting recipes for other tools. One main tool is a lightning rod, which I find super awesome. This lightning rod will attract the lightning. It'll make sure that some type of build made out of wood or wool or something like that won't get struck with lightning, catching it on fire. And what I hope is that it attracts more lightning so that maybe you can make a supercharged creeper farm. That'd be amazing. Now, copper can also be made into a building block, and it gives off a very metallic look in the texture. But like normal copper in the world, looking at you, Statue of Liberty, it'll oxidize over time. So copper obviously looks like a penny in the beginning, and then it turns greener and greener till it looks like some mossy thing. Well, that will happen inside of Minecraft over time. There's some way to lock it so that it will not change color and it'll stay its current state. So if you like the shade of your copper, you can keep it that shade. And we're coming to the end of the list with a new thing, which is called bundles. So bundles are a way for you to combine inventory space. This is a weird concept to think about, and I'm probably gonna have to play around with this until I fully grasp what's going on here. But it looks like you can combine similar types of items into one stack. So your stack still maxes out at 64, but let's say you had all the different varieties of flour. Well, each flour takes up a new space and a new stack in the old system, but by bundling them together, they can sit on top of each other. They still max out at 64, creating another bundle after 64. But if you had, say, 10 different variety of flour, but you only had 6 of each of those flowers, so you had 10 different flowers, but 6 of each, they could all stack on top of each other to create 60 flowers, which would all be inside of one bundle. Finally, Jeb came out and talked about the combat update, and there's not really a ton new here. This is all really already announced on Reddit, is that he's working on a combat update. He wants it to have parity across all the different devices, phone, tablet, console, PC, and that he's working really hard to make sure that we're all happy with it and that we don't complain about it for years like we did with 1.8. I should say moving away from 1.8 to 1.9. Also, the mob vote happened. I'm recording this right after, and it ended up being the glow squid. Hooray, glow squid. So did you get all that? Holy moly, that was a ton of stuff. New cave and cliffs update. Tons of new cave biomes. Tons of new blocks inside of those biomes. New sculk sensors with wireless redstone. New mobs, including the axolotl, the warden, the goat. A new copper ore that will give you a lightning rod. A new telescope that includes the crazy geodes. You got archaeology, you got bundles, you got a combat update. There's been so much in this Minecraft live event. Holy moly. And we didn't even talk about Minecraft dungeons or anything else that was announced. That was only the cave update. So keep it locked here on OMG Craft for future videos. We talk about tips, we talk about tricks, we talk about news, we do let's plays here on the channel. So please subscribe for future videos, tips, tricks, tutorials, and spotlights here on OMG Craft. Make sure you leave this video a like if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment down below letting me know what is going on inside of your brain, because I can't read your mind, okay? Put it down in a comment. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!